Voices amplified. earGROUND.
Hello, greetings, and welcome to earGROUND, Your Voices Amplified. My name is Mark. Welcome to the platform that speaks to some of Zimbabwe's finest and Africa's finest artists. And today I'm going to be speaking to somebody who has taken the internet by storm. I mean, this is a star, one of the rising global stars, and his name is LEO Gandanzara. And he's an amazing artist. We saw him on The Voice UK Kids, and he was in the finals. Yes, I'm going to be speaking to him on the Diaspora Connection here on earGROUND. LEO, welcome to earGROUND.
Hey, thank you for having me. earGROUND, we're here.
Awesome, awesome. Tell us a bit about your background. I mean, you've taken internet by storm, like everybody's talking about you in Zim, you know, but where did that journey begin? Tell us your early days in making music.
I think music for me started around like when I would say around 4. I really found my passion for music and realized that it was my purpose. When I was around 4, I was always into the music. I was always like writing raps and, you know, just being recorded by other people, whether it was in school, whether it was outside of school, by family, everywhere. And like as I got older, I just started teaching myself how to record, how to mix and master, how to create songs on my own, and how to better myself. And I started associating with different people, like different producers. I think all of that started happening. I started officially recording myself around like 11 years old. And I just had to teach myself how to do that because I never really had people that I could really learn from. But then eventually, as I started using YouTube to my advantage and associating with different people that I knew that made music, I just started to learn more and start to create better music. And now, yeah, here we are.
Well, awesome. Learning to make your own music and producing your music, and also, you know, writing and creating your own content. But when you're looking at the kind of inspiration, what sort of music were you listening to?
When I was younger, I was really exposed to like the old school stuff, like Will Smith stuff. I was listening to like the Justin Bieber and stuff like that, like all the stuff that was really popular back then and stuff. I took a lot of inspiration from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, which Will Smith was in, and like just that whole time period of old hip hop and the high tops and the glasses and the rapping, all of that. I just took a lot of inspiration from that, and I just wanted to live that type of life. So that's where I really got my inspiration from.
Wow. And which grade are you in? Which stage are you in school?
In school in England is year 10. I don't know what grade is that he's in. Or form.
That will be form 3.
Form 3.
Form 3. Wow. And how have you been managing to balance?
It can get difficult at times, but obviously with the help from my teachers and, you know, help from parents and stuff, I'm just learning to manage both of them at the same time.
Great. And getting the support from your parents, well, what does that mean to you? I mean, seeing your parents supporting your journey and your dream all the way.
Having my parents support me is really helpful, and I really appreciate it because I know I've heard a lot of stories of parents that don't really support the music stuff until their child gets successful or gets rich. I've heard a lot of stories from that, but my parents have been supporting me since I was younger, so it's happy to have them like helping me, because then not only do I feel appreciated, but at the same time I know what I'm working for, and I'm not only working for myself, I'm working for them as well.
So let's talk about your journey into the Voice UK. You know, what was the process like?
The process within The Voice was it was a long process. You guys only saw it in December 2021, but it started from back in October 2020. So it was a very long process. We had to, there was a lot of legal work and stuff like that. I can't really talk too much on the legal stuff that I had to do and the paperwork and stuff, but obviously doing auditions and stuff, it took a while having to get producers in to send, because obviously the stuff that I performed was original. So I had to always keep in contact with my producers, letting them know that, oh, I've got an opportunity, this. And obviously I enjoyed it. It was a good process, and like, it was a very good experience because I got to just show my talent, and not only my talent, the producers that I have that helped me, the friends around me that I have that just supported me. So I kind of just took I took that opportunity and not only made it about myself, but I wanted to give my friends and producers an opportunity to show their talent.
Wow. And, you know, getting into your first audition, How did you deal with the nerves? You know, you are there, you're on stage, and you know before you are mega stars like will.i.am, like Mel C, you know. How did you deal with, you know, stage fright?
The thing is, I've never really had stage fright at all, like my whole life. I don't know what it is. Ever since I was younger, I've always just had that confidence when I get on stage. I won't lie. The whole day, I'll talk about the audition, for example. The whole day, I was kind of nervous. I wasn't really nervous, but it was kind of like it was on my mind a lot. And then right before I get onto stage, I get extremely nervous. But then as soon as I get on there, it's like all that nervousness is just gone. All that stage fright just disappears and it turns into straight confidence. And I mean, I ended up with 4 chair turns, which I'm blessed to have.
Wow. And making it into the final, what was the feeling like? You know, I'm curious to know how you felt, you know, knowing that you had passed through all these stages and very competitive competition, and the whole world is watching, and now you make it into the finals.
Getting into the finals was unbelievable. Like the hard work that went into it behind the scenes, I can't even explain that stuff, because the time period between the battles and the finals being filmed was literally days. Like it was so, and considering I had to learn my lyrics as well, and I had to get my producers to send things in on time, it was a lot of hard work. But obviously it wasn't just the hard work, but it was also faith in God, putting God first. And obviously a lot of praying went into it, praying before the show, praying, you know, at all times, because obviously I can't do everything on my own. And I know my team, I would say my hard work and like my blessings from God just went hand in hand, and I ended up where I was. Obviously I didn't win, but obviously it's part of God's plan, and I just have to let everything play out as it's meant to play out.
Wow. You may not have won, you know, the ultimate title, but obviously you won, having gone through that process and made it into the final. And now the kind of attention that you've attracted means a lot. And also the talent that you're exhibiting, I think it's really impressive. And in one of your songs, I think it's the Christmas song, I heard you drop some bars, and these bars were in Shona. It made me think, you know, wow, you know, this is quite interesting. How did you get those lines in there?
I mean, I've always like learned how to speak Shona as well. It took me a while to learn how to speak it, but obviously I know how to. But it was a thing where I wanted the finals to be like, I wanted to put my all into the finals. Obviously I put my all into the blind auditions and into the battles, but the final is like, you know, it's the big thing. So I had to give my all. I spoke in French, I spoke in Spanish, I spoke in Shona. I had to put my all into that. And I kind of wanted to, you know, I wanted to kind of hint to people that I was from Zim, because not everyone in the show would have known, because unless I said that line, not many people would have realized that I was from Zim. So me putting in that line was kind of me like just giving a shout out to where I'm from and just letting people know that I'm proud to be Zimbabwean.
Wow, awesome. That makes me feel so proud, you know, to see somebody flying the flag high, but also identifying where they're coming from. You know, we're going to take a small break, and I'm going to speak to your father, and we're coming back right after this. And I just want to get a bit of perspective from him before we continue to the last part of the conversation. Stay tuned to everybody who's watching earGROUND, the Diaspora Connection. I'm speaking there to LEO Gandanzara, and I'm coming back right after this, speaking to his dad, and then we'll continue.
earGROUND, new voices amplified.
Like we promised, we're going to take a small break and crossover. You know, I'm going to continue with the interview with Leo, but I'm going to speak to his father and get a bit of a feeling and a sense of how he has been experiencing this, and also as a parent, what it means for him to support his son through his dream. Mr. Gandanzara, how are you, sir?
I'm very well, thanks. And how are you, sir?
No, I'm good. It's great to connect with you, and thank you so much for affording us the time, and also, you know, the support that you're giving to your son.
Pleasure, all mine, sir.
Great. You as a parent, at what point did you feel like, okay, I think I need to support my son's dream?
Sorry, I didn't hear you quite clearly.
I was asking, at what point did you feel that you could start supporting your son's dream and vision in music?
Okay. I think he was only 6 when I started feeling, oh, I have to support this, because that's when he started showing me that he has the potential. When he was 6, I remember we attended a school session. There was some program which was going on at his school, and he was doing he had to perform a rap music, a rap song, which he composed on his own. And I was like, I didn't think he was capable of doing this thing. But it became a hit with everyone. And I'm sure even on Twitter, it was trending so much. So from that time, I just realized, you know what? I have to support this. This is the talent he has. I have to keep on supporting him.
Wow, great. And I mean, seeing him on that big stage, mesmerizing some of the global icons, you know, at the Voice Kids UK. How did that make you and your wife feel?
Honestly speaking, that made me and my wife proud, you know, just like any other parent, you know, having your son or your child performing in front of those mega artists, you know, it's something else. It's something else. The feeling is just something else.
Wow, that is great. And what's next as a parent? I mean, what would you hope to see happen around him and for his dream and career in music?
To be honest with you,
yes,
at the stage we are right now, I think the sky is the limit. Sky can only be the limit, because we just want the best for him. And I promise to be behind him all the way. I promise to support him with everything that he needs, every guidance he needs. I'm going to be there.
Great. And the support that you're getting from home, I mean, I've seen so much support also from Zimbabweans within the different diaspora communities, but there is so much love coming through from home, the media, fellow artists, and, you know, fans that are loving his music and his performances. What does that mean? What does that do to you, just getting that kind of support back from home?
You know, as a parent, it makes me feel so proud. It makes me feel so proud. You know, I'll tell you one thing. When he was about 3 years old, I remember him doing some funny beats and musical stuff with the legendary Alec Macheso.
Oh, wow.
I didn't understand what exactly they were doing, but you know, Mr. Macheso is someone else. You know, he can be so hilarious. And you know, my son, I never thought he would get on so well with anyone he's never met before. It was his first time meeting him at his hotel, and they started doing some funny bits, and I was like, what's going on here? I've never seen him doing this. So now that he's going to this level, to a different level, trust me, it's something else. Something else.
Awesome. Was he born in Zimbabwe or he was born in the UK?
He was born in the UK.
Wow. And how did he manage to make that connection? Because when I was listening to his flow on one of the songs, I think it's the Christmas song, he dropped in some Shona bars, you know, in there. And for me, that really captured me to just think that, I mean, here's somebody who's living so many kilometers away from home. And like you said, born in the UK, but still so much resonating and connecting back to his roots.
When he was born, I made it a point that I want my son to be able to speak my language, regardless of him being born here, because if he goes to Zimbabwe, he's going to end up he's going to have to interact with people down in Zimbabwe. So there's no way he's going to be using English and other kids are going to be trying to talk to him in Shona. It doesn't make any sense. So we started teaching him at a very young age. And up to now, trust me, you can have a very good conversation in Shona.
Awesome. Before you leave and I continue the conversation that I'm having with him, what's your word to fellow parents, to other parents? We've got kids that are interested in the creative arts, but possibly are in doubt thinking, or maybe let them pursue other things. What would you say to them?
You know, this is the problem we have as parents. We have some things or some goals that we set for our kids, but that is not exactly what, or that could not be what exactly the child wants to do. So we should support whatever your child wants to do. Because if your child wants to do art, give him all your support. Give him your maximum support. And trust me, you'll be proud in the end. You never go wrong.
Wow, you never go wrong there, and we see that happening. And thank you so much, for all the support. But were you an artist yourself? Were you in any way, connected or interested in the creative arts?
I was connected, but I've never been an artist. I'm not good in art. I've dealt with a lot of Zimbabwean artists, including the late legendary Oliver Mtukudzi, may his soul rest in peace.
Yeah.
Alec Macheso, the legendary Simon Chimbetu, may his soul rest in peace as well. And the icon, Thomas Tafirenyika Mafumo. I used to provide transport to all those guys every time they would come to UK.
Wow, great. Wow, Mr. Gandanzara, thank you so much, sir. I really, really appreciate your support and the time just being here on earGROUND, the Diaspora Connection. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your time.
earGROUND.
earGROUND.
Keep your ears on the ground.
We are back. I was speaking there to your father, and he's such a proud man. He's such a happy man, and he's happy at what you've accomplished and what you are set to accomplish. The entire voice process, how did that transform you as a person, as an artist, and in terms of your vision of where you want to take your music?
The voice kind of made me take tips on how to not only on how to rap or how to improve my rapping, because we had vocal coaches and stuff, but it also taught me that all the things that you see on TV or all the things you dream about, all the things you want to achieve, it is possible. Because years before, I always used to watch The Voice and be like, I want to do that. Or it was hard to even believe that something like that was possible until fast forward a couple of years later, you're actually seeing it. And it's showing me that, it kind of showed me that, okay, I actually do have a talent, and it is possible to reach it's possible to reach places that you never thought you could reach, because I never thought I would end up on The Voice. I never thought that I would get 4 chair turns. I never thought any of this would have happened. But of course, I just kept my head down. I kept working, and The Voice kind of made me realize that I do have a talent and I should be able to show it in the best way possible.
Wow. And speaking to your father there, you also mentioned, I was asking him about your inspiration and the kind of music that we're listening to, and he mentions you being exposed to some of the legendary musicians from Zimbabwe. He mentioned the late great, Oliver Mtukudzi, as well as he says you had an encounter with Alec Macheso at one time, and you did some stuff together, and for him that was sort of one of the highlight moments to say, oh wow, my son has got something if such a big artist is appreciating what you do. Tell us about your experience with Zimbabwean musicians or Zimbabwean music.
Well, my experiences with those artists, I'm not gonna lie, since it was such a long time ago, I don't really remember it fully, but I do remember having those encounters with them and speaking to them. But ever since I was younger, I was always into the Zim music. That's actually the stuff I was listening to before the hip hop music. Wow. So I was always listening to, obviously, Japreza, and I was listening to a lot of Zim artists at the time. And obviously, I was kind of taking the inspiration, which is why I also dropped in the Zim line in the finals, because it was kind of obviously, the Zim music is what really inspired me to start. So why not, pay homage to all the people in Zim back home?
Wow. And when you looking at the current scene right now in Zimbabwe, are you still getting a lot of Zimbabwean music from the young kids? Is it something that you're familiar with? And if so, which artists somehow within your space or your radar?
Right now, I haven't really been on the Zim scene like that, because obviously I've had to deal with my own music at the time, and I have to focus on what's relevant here as well. But I am still in tune with a couple of the songs and a couple of the artists that are still, you know, making music. I'll see some of the music trending on Facebook and stuff like that, some of the Zim music. So I am kind of up to date, but I'm not, you know, completely fully into it like I was before, because now I have to manage my own music at the same time.
Oh, great. Well, Leo, I really, really appreciate the time that you've given us to speak to you. But it will be sad if we don't get to experience just a bit of buzz, a verse or something from you. I don't know what it is that you're going to drop for us.
I'll drop some bars. I was just a dream chaser. I was moving like I was Meek at first. I got tinted windows, play hide and seek, but you're seeking first. Have a drip, but I'm splash, dripping, I'm leaking first. Before I spit a verse, you should try to turn down the heating first. Yeah, they call me Leo just in case you ain't heard of me. Queen Elizabeth's up in my pocket like a murder scene. I'm a trendsetter, the drip wave, yeah, it's set for me. Left my footprint on the grass like there was astroturfs on me. They were sleeping on me, no more sleeping, no more curfew. I can't surf you. I got water like the earth too. Yeah, I'm young as heck. You can learn from me too. I did this first, then you bet the style, boy, I birthed you. Speak a boom like Metro now. Your buzz are sweet like honey now. They loved and hated. Now I love identity was funny now. Double C for mommy too. Get this figure, lovely ooh. And I love that money, then it's I lost it. But yeah.
Fresh.
Couple bars for you, yeah.
Awesome. I've been following the UK hip hop scene for quite a while now, and I've noticed how grime and drill are really doing it big. It's like, how do you describe the kind of hip hop that you're making? Does it fall into any of that?
The music that I make right now, I would say it falls into kind of like drill and like trap at the same time, like the American scene as well. I don't really know how to describe it because I can do all genres. Like, it's really versatile. Like, even in the future, I'm looking to even make music with Zim artists as well. So I don't really want to say that my music falls into anything in particular, but I would say most relevant, I would say like the drill scene that's popping right now and the trap scene that's popping back in America as well.
Wow, that is great. And you are 14, you know. And
I'm 15 now. 15 now.
15. Wow, great. 5 years from now, where do we see Leo?
Where do you see me? Obviously time will tell, but where I'm hoping to see myself, I hope to see myself on a whole nother level. Because if I can do this at 15, then like I can't imagine what would happen by the time I'm 20. So I'm just hoping to be on a whole nother level, being international as well, not only in Zim and in England, but everywhere else in the world. I hope to be performing. I hope to be in a good place financially as well through my music. And I hope to be inspiring other people because, I mean, that's what I was put on this earth to do. And I hope to make people feel free with my music and to inspire them with what they listen to.
Wow, thank you so much. And talking about inspiration before you go there, the voice judges, these are legendary icons. And could you describe just being in the same space with them, or maybe one of the memorable conversations you had with any of them?
Being in the same space as them is like, well, especially Will, since that was my coach. It was very inspiring because obviously Will's like a legend to this music stuff. So just to be in the same, like in his presence and to see him like supporting the music and saying that it's actually good, it kind of made me like get rid of any doubts I had, because it's kind of a thing where if I'm making music, obviously there's going to be a lot of people that might not like me or my music. There's always going to be those haters. But if Will I Am or all these other coaches, Pixie, Mel C, Danny, are all saying that my music is good and they all turn for me, then it's kind of like I have nothing to really worry about. But also, just a conversation I had with Will, it was more of a funny thing. I'm not gonna lie, Will on camera and off camera is the same person. Like he's a funny guy, he's cool. He was saying that I remind him of him when he was younger. Like I'm a younger version of him. That's what he was saying to me. And he was just telling me to just keep working, telling me to just keep my head down and stay consistent. And even during like the rehearsals and all the coaching and stuff, he didn't want me to change anything. He didn't have anything for me to change because he just thought the way I performed and the way I delivered my music was already good enough for the show and at a good enough standard to perform and represent him. And we made it to the finals and just blessed to be there.
Thank you so much, Chap. Keep rising and keep doing what you're doing, and all the best with your career. We'll just be keeping our ear on the ground and following all the steps and everything that you're going to be doing musically, and also all the best with your academics. And thank you so much to your parents for all the support that they've given, and also them allowing us to speak to you. We know, like with school right now, it's trying to balance the two, and it's something that we also really appreciate, as a media platform, to see young people balancing both education and also their talents. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, earGROUND. Thank you.
Great. Wow, awesome. Thank you so much to everybody who's been watching. We really appreciate your support and your feedback, and everybody who just keeps us plugged on to what's happening. It was actually one of the earGROUND followers who said to us, look, check out this talent. This artist is somebody that you need to pay attention to. And we then finally spoke to the dad, and we managed to follow what was happening until we got into the finals, and there we got. We managed to speak to him today. So until next time, remember earGROUND, the Diaspora Connection. If you want to be part, feel free, just drop us an email, and then if you're dope, we'll definitely give you the mic and we'll do what it is. Thank you so much. Until next time, we're out.
You are locked into the Diaspora Connection on earGROUND.